drink some beer with us, make mistakes, the don't. Everything is staged, rehearsed, scripted. Everything we do around here is that. So we had that one set up, but the camera malfunctioned. So our bad, you know. We did it right. We'll show you the right now. We meant to show you the wrong. All right, another Thursday, another session in the garage, working on the Dyna. Putting on rotor. We're going to kind of mock up, and I think we're going to try and get this thing on the ground today. We have ARP bolts coming for all this stuff. We don't want to torque it twice or do any of that stuff twice. So that is today's mission. These are the tubes. Big shout out. We run the best, trust the best, and local. Like local. Right here, 805 Oxnard. GP suspension. That's right, man. GP suspension. I run it on my bagger. We're running it on this Dyna. Suspension is important. There's something I learned. Someone told me very early in the game. Good suspension leads to usable horsepower. You will have so much more confidence in your bike and trust and ability if you've got suspension that keeps you locked into the road. Next thing we're gonna do is axle and wheel, and then where's that spacer kit, Joe? We ordered an ARP kit, and your boy right here, this man right here, as always, procrastinated, delayed, waited, didn't want to spend the money, I will repeat, didn't want to spend the money, and repeat again, didn't want to spend the money, and finally said, just spend the money. And that is a lesson learned of just buy it and do it. So.
I've been holding them off on putting things together because I knew we were gonna buy it at some point. It was just Ray being Ray. So I was like, well, that's why it's not together yet. I'm like, I'm not doing this twice, man. I'm like, if we're gonna put it together, let's get what we need. So he pulled the trigger last night.
He said it's Ray being Ray. There is truth to that shit. I'm not gonna lie. I know me, and he knows me.
That's right.
He knows me.
Yeah,
but look what we do. We doing things. It might not make sense, but it makes sense. If that makes sense, feel me on that one.
It was just as easy last night. It was probably easier 2 or 3 weeks ago to pull the trigger than it was last night.
It was. I will even say that I did it 2 days after I even told him I'd do it. I said, I'm going to do it tonight. I'm on the computer. I'm working late. I'm on it. No, the point is it's done, all right? And now you have a little what it feels like to work with Ray. All right, so we're going to put the rear wheel on first to give us some more stability on it. And we're pressing in. Joe got the bearing kit for the conversion for the Fat Boy wheel. What year did we determine this wheel was off of? Hold on, let me see.
Like 90s.
Before you push it in there. 90s?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like a 90s Fat Boy chrome wheel. And you went to Vulcan?
Yeah, Vulcan.
Okay. So
Vulcan Motorsports or Motorworks or something like that.
And they make a bunch of kits, a bunch of stuff, like convert. You give them your wheels, the bike you're putting it on, and they'll pretty much kind of got something for you to be able to piece together a wheel for your bike, basically. Essentially a conversion kit. So that's what we've got. So we've got a bearing that is going to fit the diameter of this wheel, but then be a 3/4 inch axle for our bike itself.
I mean, you could even go from, they even have kits like that'll go from like the mag, like a 90 mag to like a 25 mil conversion kit and stuff like that. So
a lot of different
things.
stuff.
You might have to drill some things and stuff like that. Sometimes you got to drill your hub out and things like that.
And so it comes with a whole kit down below. You just put the crush tube in there?
Yeah, crush tube.
So the crush tube, we already did the other side. Same process that we're
do your
doing.
brake side first.
Does this got to go on the outside?
Yeah, that'll be on the outside.
So then the bearing gets pushed down. These kind of just seat in there. And then you have this spacer kit that kind of accepts it here.
Just like that.
Just like that. So.
And then what we got is this kit here. So these are for like rotors. Sometimes you get bigger rotors. These will crimp on here, and then it'll fit the bigger size rotor over around that. So mine has it. Like my rotor was different. spacers, but that's all it is. It's for your that or your sprocket side, and then it makes it bigger because these hubs are smaller, as you saw on the first one. Remember what ours was?
So basically, their kits just kind of fill in the gaps of what you're like. They make things, machine parts like this to fill in.
Yeah.
This is a bigger diameter than you need. You need this size. So their kits are just for all those.
Are for these bearings here. They slip right in that little spot right there. Bada bing.
Nice.
And then this side slips in here. Bada bing. And then your spacers go on. And you should be able to use stock spacing from here out.
So what we have is a spacer kit as well. Oh, stock spacing is what you can use at this. Gotcha.
We should be able to use stock spacing.
So then this allows you to take whatever spacers you already have on your existing bike, not have to scrounge for a kit, and then just go, here you go. Use your spacers, slap that wheel on your bike, basically.
Correct.
So it's Vulcan. That's the name of the place.
Yep.
It's called Vulcan Engineering Company. They do it for a lot of different bikes.
And at a reasonable rate, too. I mean, this kit costs us, what, $80?
I mean, it's really just bearings and races and pieces.
And it went from a tapered Timken to a sealed bearing now.
So all that stuff is out there. Someone just has the smarts to know what style bearings are needed, to style the spacers, and then produce a part list of all those different things to be able to like give you options for wheels. That's really what they allow you to do. So smart idea, but also you got to be smart to like put it all together, you know, to make it all fit and make it all work, because there's so many different applications.
Yes.
You know. So, but all right. So we're gonna put the rear wheel on. Are we putting that? We got a rotor for it. We got a different rotor for it.
We're not putting those on. Do you just want to make it a roller for now?
We could do that. Yeah.
We have ARP for the rotor and the sprocket.
Let's just get it on, make it a roller, so we can get it on the ground, get this wheel on, get spacing. Yeah, let's do that. Hitting the lower leg here. Yeah. It looks close. Just here. Okay, stop. All right, that one a lot better. Cones out. Put the spacer this way. All right, the old girl is about to reveal herself right now a little bit. Give them a rundown really quick, Joe, before we kind of get it down. What we've done to get it to this point, which is front wheel here. We got mocked up, lined up, spacing adjusted on it. We got the rotor lined up with the caliper, mounted up the caliper, gave it a spin. It's spinning freely. Nothing is touching, although just by the hair of the chinny chin, it is not touching, but it's center. We threw the fender on there.
If anyone knows
gapping.
39 mil, man, you only got about 1/8 16th of clearance now from those rotor bolts.
You do not have a lot. And so skinny tire, our homie Roach was here and he goes, that wheel looks hard on there. We got Roach's approval. We know we're going in the right direction. So front stance is definitely looking proper right now. And then for the rear, we didn't put the pulley on or anything because all that's going to get the ARP treatment for pulley bolts as well as rotor. So we didn't bolt any of that stuff. We just got it lined up, mocked up for spacing. Let's get it on the ground. I think it's got a proper stance right. Oh, shit. Oh, that's my style, dog. Those shocks just squatted, though. There is no more gap. What was the gap is completely gone. Those are just stock. All right, that's it for the day. That's the that was the accomplishment. Goal accomplished. We basically got the wheels mocked up, lined up. We know the spacing is good on them. We know our rotors and everything's going to line up. Brake lines we need to do, clutch. Yeah, it's going to be pinch bolts, caliper bolts, controls, valve covers, primary, rotor bolts. We didn't do some stuff.
I think I even got the little shock
Which
bolts.
we might, but I mean, we kind of we did the right treatment to it. I think we didn't get tappet ones.
I think that comes with the engine kit.
Oh really? So it's like the whole thing.
So,
Wow. Okay.
engine trans kit.
Oh, well then you might be right then. Engine, trans, primary, so that's a lot of bolt change in there.
Yeah, we'll just do one at a time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a bonus. Even better. Even better. All right. We're going to pack up. I got to do the dance again every Thursday. We got to pull it all out. And then before we leave, we got to put it all back in. Some good content loading up here, man. We're going to,
It's gonna be a good
some
time.
fun stuff loading up here. Good time for us. So, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. So you don't miss any of the build on this thing. We are, although it doesn't look like it, we are actually pretty close to being able to run and ride it.
You're
on
riding this thing to born free.
Yeah, he's trying to take it to born free. So Joe is eager to, and I'm eager to get it out there too. A lot of people are asking about
it. To be honest, more of the fact that I could probably make it there on a tank of gas.
it. Probably 2, but yes, much better than the 4
But also,
that it might take.
on another note as well, I mean, I'd love to it'd be fresh to get this thing out.
Yeah,
Out
agree.
and about. And that'd be a good place to break it out now.
Agree.
Because people would be like, oh shit.
All right, you know the drill. Come out to West Coast Wednesdays. We're gonna put some stuff away.
Forgot about this.
Later.